we are playing a little bit of mono red ramp tonight because this is a deck that Wizards has been wanting us to play for a while. They keep giving us pieces for it. They're like, hey, you know, ramp is in red now. It's not just green. And for 3 sets now, we've been like, yeah, okay, but what do we do with that? And I guess we just got into critical mass of ramp now that I want to try it. We'll give it a shot. Red's like green, but it actually has removal. That could technically be better than green ramp without the Lawn Elves. We'll see how that works out. But I don't even know if ramp can survive in this format with the stuff going on. I really don't like it against Temur. I think that'd be a terrible matchup. Same thing with blue-white control. So we'll see how we end up doing tonight. But let me quickly run through this deck and see what all we're doing. Now, as far as the ramp pieces go, we got Zookeeper Mechan from Edge of Eternities. 2 mana, taps for a red. It does other stuff too. I mean, it gives a creature +4 power at sorcery speed. That costs 7 mana. I guess the good news is we're a ramp deck, and if we draw dead in a turn, we have 7 mana, go for it. Why not? At least it does something else. We've also got Leyline Weaver, one of the new cards in the set from the Spooter set. The new cards in the deck from the Spooter set. This is 1 and a red, it turns out, because it's a Gruul hybrid, so it can just be a red. It doesn't matter. 2/2 Spider Avatar with Reach, taps for a red or a green. Whenever you cast a spell, mana value 4 or greater, untap this boy. That's gross. It's pretty good. We got a lot of mana value 4 or greater stuff in the deck. We've also got another brand new card that works with mana value 4 or greater. We'll talk about it in a second. There's also a copy of the Iron Crag in the 2-drop slot. My question to you is why not? Might as well. We've also got the Infernus in here. This is, I think, our last ramp piece. So in case you haven't seen this, this is the other new Omen Pass card. 3 mana for a 0/0 elemental villain. When it enters, search your library for a basic mountain. Throw that on the field tapped, and shuffle up. Infernus gets +1/+1 for each mountain you control. And when Infernus leaves the battlefield, you do have to sacrifice a land. So if this guy gets removed, you're going to lose a little bit of your ramp. But I do think this is still a good, like, bridge gapper. And if your opponent doesn't remove it, then it's just going to be like a 5/5, like, really soon. Or like a 6/6 or something. So I think that this is at least worth trying out. You know, it's decent ramp. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I'm going to take out 2 Soulstone Sanctuaries and add 2 mountains to this deck. That's 22 mountains right there. I just want the Infernus to get as big as possible while still playing a couple of non-basics. But anyway, another new card, last new card from the deck, is Restless Razorkin. I think this is called like Superior Foes of Spider-Man in the Spider set. But what this actually is here is 3 mana, 2 and a red for a 3/3 human rogue villain with trample. Whenever you cast a spell, mana value 4 or greater, you may exile the top card of your library. If you do, you may play that card until you exile another card with this creature. So, that's card draw on a 3/3 trample for 3 mana, which is a fine rate, I guess. I'm willing to pay that. You could play Screaming Nemesis in this deck instead, and it might be the stronger card, but I wanted some form of card advantage, and I'm kind of a little bit excited about this card. I figured I'd give it a test drive tonight. Apart from that, we gotta actually ramp into stuff. There's gotta be stuff to ramp into. I've told you how to ramp. I've told you how to draw cards when you play big boys. Who are the big boys? We got 2 Bonehoard Dracosaur in here, who I'm actually thinking about pumping up to a couple extra copies. In case you haven't seen this in a while, it's a 5 mana 5/5 flying first strike. That's pretty good. But you also get to exile 2 cards from your library at the beginning of every upkeep, beginning of your upkeep. You can play those cards this turn. If you exile a land this way, you get a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If you exile a non-land this way, you get a treasure token. Insane card. If you can ever get to this card, it's a pretty wild magic card. So we're going to try to ramp into it tonight. But we've also got Trumpeting Carnosaur, which we can make into a removal spell if things get dire. We've got Overlord of the Boilerbilges, which is also a removal spell. But there's Sire of 7 Deaths to round things off. I wanted a 7-drop in this deck. I feel like this is probably better than Dracosaur and better than Ugin because we don't have like many other colorless spells or anything. So I think this might be the pick. I had a couple of copies, so we're going to give it a shot. But that's basically it apart from the removal. 2 copies of Suplex to take out Soul Cauldrons and stuff like that. Obliterating Bolt is in the deck to take out VVs and exile them forever. Torch the Tower may do the same depending on the situation. You know, just some early removal. And then some big boys. And that's ramp. That's ramp with removal. Revolutionary Girl Utena. If you haven't seen that anime, go watch it. It's really good. But in any case, that's the deck. It's honestly pretty straightforward. If you want a sideboard, we're going to play best of 1 tonight. I want to jam as many games as possible. But if I were to build a sideboard, Probably look something like this. I got a copy of Torch the Tower in there to kind of round out the playset. 2 copies of Ghost Vacuums against the VVs and the Reanimators. I got 4 Razorkin Needlehead. I've got an Obliterating Bolt to, again, kind of round out a playset there against VV. 4 Screaming Nemesis and 3 Nova Hellkite. So are you noticing something? This is actually a transformative sideboard, which I think might be the best way to do it. Against decks like VV, just go ahead and sideboard, and for that matter, control. Whether it's Temur or blue-white, a deck that's going to draw a lot of cards. Go ahead and just be mono-red. Just side in the Needlehead, side in the Nemesis, side in the Novas. If you're up against mono-white, you can also side in the Nemesis so they can't gain life. So I'm going completely transformative here. Although I do think maybe Sunspine Lynx needs a place in here. I'm not sure what. Maybe Nova Hellkite, take that out and put in Lynx, but I think that Hellkite might be better than Lynx for the matchups that you want it in, so it's kind of a tough call. You want to be good against Temur. Nova Hellkite's very good against Temur, killing Deep Cavern Bats, Flood Pits, Drowners, and blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of reasons to play one over the other in your boards, but that's kind of what I went with here. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the arena and see if we can win some games with mono red ramp. I don't have all the confidence in the world, but it looks solid. It looks like a Magic the Gathering deck to me, so we'll see what it does. Do I mull that, though? Because I've got a Zookeeper I can play. I kind of want to. Man. It's pretty bad. Keeping it. I'm that kind of content creator. Oh, it's terrible. Awesome. Let's play it. Let's see if Book of Enoch will let us go here. I wonder what they're doing. On this radiant angel avatar here. Let's throw down a mountain. Sega. Oh, Orzov, a person after my own heart. It's good to know. Let's get our mechin down. Start to get our mechin on. They never mull unless it's free, lol. Yeah. I don't mind mulling usually. Oh, it's Esper Pixie. They throw down Cryogen Relic. So that's probably what that is. Let's just get down a Razorkin. I mean, maybe we can attack, I guess. Let's do it. Sure. Razorkin. And then they're gonna know where to run it. See if it happens. If it does, we got a couple more, But I imagine they have a couple more where any removal spell came from. Let's see. Maybe all their removal is like nowhere to run and stuff, and they just don't have anything for the big guys. So we got to draw the big guys. That's the problem. Still a couple of turns away. But heck, we get free 4 damage, or 4 free damage this turn. They have cast stock up, so they are certainly not taking us seriously. I guess they don't have to, They have so many good cards, they have to discard a card. Let's see what they pitch. Can't be good. It was a tough decision, too. They pitch a land. It's Meticulous Archive. We do not get a 4th mana, which I hate. I can't stand that. Let's 4 mana Overlord here. We drew that off the top. We get to kind of draw a card here. Exile the top. That is a Leyline Weaver. Why are you not a land? Oh, why aren't you? So let's just target their head and then smash in. Put them at 12 and we gotta say go. Which is so painful. I don't like doing it. Fear of ISO. Cryogen Relic pops back. You're just kind of durdling right now. They have too many cards. They have way too many cards. You gonna kill it? Yeah, Tragic Trajectory. You can kill whatever you want with that spell right now. Chaser's Talent. Here we go. Starting to heat up over there. We get our land. That's good news. Yeah, I can double spell. I wish I could untap this dude. We'll be able to next turn, I guess. If it matters. We'll play a Razorkin, and then we'll play a Weaver. So, hey, there's some card draw right there for you. Opponent still has a grip. A literal grip of cards. I assume they have a 5th mana if they discarded a land, but the Cryogen Relic, Otter Pumps. What you got? This is shaping up to be kind of a fun one. They're going to Nurturing Pixie, get their Relic back. It's a lot of card draw. I like that. It's good stuff. We're just kind of hanging out, playing Magic. Land drop is tapped. We take a damage to it, though. And Chaser's Talent. So, a couple of Otters over there. That's a couple of odders. 3, 4, 5. We got a 14. Sure, we're trading, right? We're trading blows here. I don't think I want to trade the Razor. Nah, I want to draw a card off of it. I'll go to 14. Torch Lay Tower. That's pretty decent. Especially with untapping Leyline Weaver. That's gross, actually. So, let's Carney. This is going to be nasty. This is actually going to be really good. Trumpeting Carnosaur. Untap. Exile the top card of our library. Thank you. It's a Torch the Tower. Sick. Alright. What is this? It's an Obliterating Bolt. That's good. Okay, so the question is, do we take out the otters? Do we take out the guys? Yeah, we hit Fear of Isolation with the Bolt. Then we use Weaver to torch the Tower of the Pixie. Gross. And then we slam. Da 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 da. Let the boys be boys. They do not block with Otterman. Let's see if they can just kill us. It's possible. Oh, I didn't know you streamed. Take my follow, sir. Edward619. Thank you very much for your follow. I appreciate that, man. We're playing a fun game here. We have to sacrifice a creature or vehicle. And that's actually a little bit tough. I think it's the Zookeeper mech in here, though. Come down to mana to do it, but gotta do what you gotta do. Ooh, they're gonna have mana too for Momentum Breaker again. That's tough. Well, I think I might rather have the mana. We have 4 mana no matter what next turn, right? So we can Restless Razorkin torch the Tower of the Pixie, which is what we want to do. So we might want to kill the Weaver. Yeah, we can still draw cards off the Razorkin with 4 mana, potentially. There's a 5th mana, so same as a Weaver, as far as I'm concerned. Okie doke, man. So let's torch the Pixie. No, hold on. I'll play this. I have 2 mana left. Am I using the Suplex anytime soon? I don't think so. So yeah, let's do it like that. Let's just go ahead and Razorkin. Let's torch the Pixie. And then let's bang. Let's bang, baby. That's 10 damage. Yeah, I mean, you just block. You know, just block, dude. We still have a removal spell, and our Overlord goes live, EOT, dude. We murdered, baby. We murdered. Yeah, the other way, I was thinking the other way is to just, like, remove their guys and get in. But, like, wait. 7. Yeah. They could still block a guy, so it's the same difference. You know, as long as they can block 1 guy, they can technically survive. No! All of our guys had trample there. They can't survive for jack. I forget that the 3/3 has trample. I've never played with the card before. We're up against Obi-Wan Shinobi. We are the Padawan here. We go first, and we got some removal, don't we? Ain't that some removal, boys? God, I kind of want to mull this now. I'll never see a removal spell again. We mull it. I'll take a mull. I feel lucky. Sure. Sure, man. Zookeeper into Razorkin into Overlord. That's fine. Put a card back. It's got to be a land. It could be a Razorkin, I guess. Ooh. Yeah, sure. Fine. Win some, lose some. We'll see what happens here. Opponent also took a mulligan. No harm, no foul. Obi-Wan Shinobi the Virtuous. So, oh, on Gruul. Here comes Lana Wells. Uh-oh. Got matched up with another ramper. Watch out, I'm ramping. He's ramping. Alright, let's see. What am I doing? Let's see what we're doing here. Maybe they can, ooh, they're playing Temas. They're playing Temas. Here comes Doc Arlock. Spells you cast from your yard or exile cost 2 less to cast. Plotting cards cost 2 less. So, and they got Outcasters. You're an Outcaster gamer. Alright. That makes sense. Well, that makes sense. I guess. Could blow up the Doc. I probably want to take out the Outcaster. And Overlord's the only real way we have of doing that. And if I wait till next turn and they don't kill the Infernus, then we'll have enough mana to just cast Overlord, which would be dope. We won't be drawing a card off of Razorkin, but like, I just want to do the most powerful thing as quickly as possible. So let's go get a mountain with Infernus. And don't attack. Alright, man. Go off with that Trailblazer, Queen. I'm ready. You have 4 total mana this turn. 5, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You drop a land. Jeez. Nasty. Nasty mana. Doc Arlock. We're both getting decent starts here. Let's see what we do with them. Battle Crier? God. Oh my god. That's pretty serious. 3rd card in there, and they still have 2 mana. And they plot. Plot, plot, plot. Oh, it's a Railway Brawler. Oh, it's this. We're screwed. Crap. Okay, well, alright. Well, we know what we're doing already this turn. Where our plan is kind of set in stone, so... Jeez Louise. Okay, so... Overlord... What can it... Well, hold on now. 4, 5, 6. If I just cast the Overlord for 4 mana, I still have 2 mana left. I can play Weaver. It's not good enough. Is it? I mean, Weaver blocks Trailblazer. So there is that line. Weaver does block Trailblazer. I think we just want this card online. Like, as quickly as possible. So we take out Battle Crier. Turn for each... No, we want him to not draw cards. Yeah. So we take out the Trailblazer. And... Do I want Infernus to block? You think they'll block here? I don't think so. Probably not. Yeah. Sure. See what they do. Okay, yeah, they take it to the face. They go to 14. But is it possible that we actually die this turn? I feel like this deck has a way of killing you from this position. But I don't think they have all the pieces. Yeah, Railway Brawler. Big boy. We have to take a punch this turn. We take a punch this turn, I guess. Second. There it is. There she is. Yeah, there's a deck that plays multiple brawlers in a turn and also gives them haste. I feel like the way they do this, they all come into play at the same time. So they all become like 30-30s with trample and haste. And you win. But thank God they're not doing that. Overlord is really bad against this board, though, obviously. So... Gotta contend with that. It would be very nice if we drew a mountain this turn. That'd have been fantastic. Razorkin into Weaver, and then we, I think, have to say go. You do trample, yeah, you reach trample, so crap. Oh well. Yeah, I think the Brawler line is gonna kill us here. Two cards in hand. They can cast a Brawler and have a mana left. A Roaming Throne? So you're all in, aren't you? All the way in on Brawler. Yep, Rhino. So this is what now? Yeah, 64, 64. Wow. Yeah, kill that with your red removal, son. I'm going to give them a nice for that because it was. They're now out of cards in their hand, but I really don't think it matters. As for what it's worth, we can just chump block this. But not the other stuff. We certainly can't. A quadruple block, ladies and gentlemen. You don't see that every day. We'll probably keep Zookeeper Mechanier if I had to guess. If I had to guess. And it's really all on this draw. Right? Because we need all sorts of things. We have a Leyline Weaver to chump block. But we need much more than that. So, don't think it's going to happen. Sack a land? Sure. We get an Overlord of the Boilerbilges. That's interesting. Hey, we kept our Leyline Weaver. Huh. Battle Cry. Do you ward? You do not. Am I willing to trade? Hold on. No tax. 14. You're at 14. We cannot ever kill this creature. It is not possible. There's also like 6 cards in the deck that we could draw, and they're just completely dead. There's 6 and 7 drops. So I should probably tap out, but I'm going to draw one more card. You know? Why do I never get to play against actually cool decks like this? Even in Bronze and Silver, all I play against the same degenerate garbage. Sorry, Rio. Whoops. Yeah, I do have a braid. I could have braid the throne. I have suplex. Oh, this is how they do it. This is how they do it. Okay, so we have to tip our cup to them. We absolutely have to tip our cup. They win the game. Devastating Onslaught gives them haste. They all see themselves coming to play at the same time. Roaming Throne, in this case, doubles are activated. Their doubles are triggered abilities, so we just take a bajillion. We just take an absolute bajillion to the face. Good job, opponent. We'll let you get your hits in. Minus 204, the Rhino deck wins. That's such a cool deck. I've seen this, or a build like it, the Devastating Onslaught build, on MTGO in the results, but I've never played against this. It's such a cool idea. Like, Onslaught on Brawler? Nasty. Honestly, I guess that means I should have... I don't know. It's like, would it have been worth it there to actually target the Railway Brawler with the Overlord of the Boilerbilges with the ETB trigger, and then attack with this Overlord and finish it off, right? But then I still have to chump block the Roaming Throne, and I'm out of Overlords for a couple of turns, so... Still a dire situation, but it might have been better altogether. Good game, though. I got no problem with a good game. How does the Rhino Throne Onslaught work? That was just too much. Alright, so Devastating Onslaught makes X copies of a creature that you control. And Railway Brawler says whenever a creature you control enters, it gets, you know, X +1/+1 counters, X being its power. So if multiple Rhinos see themselves interplay at the same time, then it works in a really fun mathematical way where they all end up enormous. And with Roaming Throne, then, you know, doubling the triggers of the Rhinos, then that's even more. So that's how we just saw 160 power of Rhino coming at us on 2 guys. It is a wild, wild thing. If 2 Railway Brawlers or more, especially, see themselves coming to play at the same time, the numbers get absolutely crazy. Opponent goes first. We're up against Nerdy Wizard, and we have a pretty decent little curve here. Got some removal, got a guy we can play. We'll be alright. Starting town comes down. What does that mean, Sephiroth Avatar? Zach Fair. Huh. Maybe they really are, like, on theme. It's possible. Say go here. See what else you got. See what else you got. Alright, red-white mana. Here comes Lost Jete. Sick. Okay. Try to suit him up. Spin mana. You spin that mana. Yeah. Let's torch the tower. Sorry, Zach. I don't really get you. to be 100% honest, I'm not really sure. Cloud remembers your memories or something, but also Tifa's never like, you're not the guy you think you are. Not even once. I don't understand. There's things about FF7. I played that game like literally 20 times. I've beaten that game. I've written like, on Game FAQs, I've written Emerald Weapon like guides and stuff in the past. And I love that. It's maybe my second favorite Final Fantasy. I have no actual clue what the hell is going on, Zach. I really don't. And someone's going to try to explain it to me and I'll be like, yeah, that clears up nothing. Thanks. Pay life equal to his power. I can probably do that. Let's see what we're doing here. I guess we're just torching again. We're just torching. Red-white equipments. is the case that they gave me. I just didn't expect that. I guess I should bolt you. Is what I should actually do. I should bolt you. Yes, I'm sure. Because then I'll still have a red mana left. And I can torch something on their turn. And I am so sorry that you keep spending mana to equip this Jete. This is typically the issue with equipment decks. I apologize. You'll get me. You'll get me soon. I'm gonna run out of mana and stuff. Kellen Fey Blooded is gonna search their library for an R or equipment card, reveal it, put it in their hand, and shuffle. Sick. Sick. Nerdy Wizard. I think that there's a chance this deck is okay. Like, it runs fairly efficiently. It's a Sheltered by Ghost, is it? Well, let's make sure that they walk into a Torch the Tower. That'd be awesome. We get a Suplex, so we're just going to draw a removal. That's all we get this game. I guess I'm going to Weaver, even though I hardly know her. Say go. Put him in a slow 15 here. Chainsaw. Okay, so kill the Weaver. Let's go. I'm down to 3 mana. Nice. You're going to get a dude soon. You have a Kellen. I couldn't help but notice. So, if you play Kellen, he's 3 mana, so there's no way you play Kellen and Sheltered next turn, right? I can play this Razor Cannon, it's fine. What if they have 1 mana dude? What if they draw Zach and they can play Sheltered? I guess I can still kill it. I still can kill it, so whatever. Sure, Razor Cannon. Just get on the board. You got 1 mana guy? You got that Freya Crescent, whatever its name is? Yeah, read this card. No one knows what it does. I won't have 4 mana or a 4 mana thing. You do have Freya Crescent, you little guy. Alright, so they're gonna probably Shelter it here. Alright, we got a land. I wanted that. We needed to play these huge men. We got a Sire 7 Deaths and a Trumpeting Carnosaur. And 1 thing that ramps, like all game. Okay, so what now? Brown cow. Let's get in with the Razorkin. What am I doing? What is this dumb stuff I'm doing with my mouth? See what they try. Dad? What are you doing? Don't look at my guy. Don't look at my guy. You get lost. You get lost. That's whatever, man. That's fine. We say go. Long game with red-white equipments. That doesn't always happen. Even if we draw a land next turn, it'll feel like a dead draw, but that'll be okay. I'll be alright with that. Oh, they want to come on in. But is the water fine? Let's find out together. That's got to deal combat damage to actually do anything, so let's do that. And now you have an Aldebert Steiner. Please play that card. It'd be dope. They have a Cloud. Ooh, it's Cloud, everybody. It's Cloud. I am not giving up this Trumpeting Carnosaur for anybody. Never. They get a Chainsaw. Alright. I get it. I'm going to sack a token, draw a card. That's what I'm going to do. That one. Specifically. We draw a land. It's great. We get another Carnosaur. Okay. Okay, we can come back. We can do this. And come back from what? I'm not sure. Soup the Cloud. That seems to work. Right? Suplex the Cloud. Do I actually want to save Suplex because they have artifacts in their deck too, you know? Bolt the Cloud. What in your deck is going to have more than 3 PT? Not much. So yeah, we can bolt the Cloud. Maybe I'll take it on an artifact later if I feel like it. Sega, we can still draw a card. That's good. Try to get this 6 mana for next turn. I think we start playing Carnosaurs. It's in the bag, you know? Also, I should save a removal spell because they have the Sheltered. So, let's keep that in mind. What you gonna go get? A Sword of Wealth and Power. Creep creature has +2/+2 in protection from instants and sorcery. Gross. Whenever creep creature deals combat damage to a player, get a treasure token when you next cast an instant or sorcery. Copy it. Jeez, that's pretty good. Probably gonna be using the soup on that, you know? As a matter of fact, I think that I am going to discard this Carnosaur to kill the Cloud. And that's going to maybe keep us from drawing a land. We got it anyway. Never punished. Let's go. Alright, so we're just going to let's throw down the Carney here. See what we get. Let's roll the dice. Just one more time. It's a Zookeeper Mechan. Summer wind. That is 7 mana for our Sire of 7 Deaths. Beat that, I guess. Yeah, sorry. Red-white equipments. My bad. My bad, dude. I really wanted to play Sire of 7 Deaths next turn. Like, pretty bad. We finally draw our Quarry Mountain Monastery. Our Quarry Mountain Majesty. We have a removal spell. That's all it takes. For me. Guess. Duress us? Well, I guess we don't have a removal spell anymore. There goes that. So I guess we can just Quarry Mountain here. And they can play Deep Cavern Bat. If you do, I'm getting out of here and playing a different one. I don't want to play that game. I don't know. Maybe we'll draw a removal spell. It's like one of the best possible setups for an incoming Deep Cavern Bat, you know? What you got, Rude? Call me Rude boy, can you give it up? What is it? It's a Pilfer, so you're just playing discard. Okay. That's going to be fun with all these lands in our hand. Overlord of the Boilerbilges. So there you go. Gonna get torn apart here. I'm pretty sure. Come on. Which discard spell you gonna play? Decode Transmissions. You just draw 2. Okay. That'll do, I suppose. Razorkin. That's a creature on the table. Let's go. I have no faith in this one. I'm pretty sure we perform poorly against discard. Ramp typically does. Just take your payoff from you. You're done. You're done! Look at all these lands. It's quite a few. You guys know if we lose this one, I'll probably want to play another one. Hang in there for a second. Feed the Swarm, our boy. Okay. Cool. And then nothing. Nothing at all, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this Overlord down while we can. No confidence we'll be able to cast this on a later turn. We can almost Quarry Mountain Monastery. So they're gonna Surveil 2, draw 2, lose 2. Okay. Multiple draw 2s in their deck. Bitter Triumph, so they must have removal in their hand if they don't want that card. Duress, you got nothing, son. You getting nothing. Go home. Alright, so they got 1 mana left. We draw, if you can imagine this, a land. So let's play Leyline Weaver here. You could argue the better play is just to hold up for a Monastery, honestly. We'll be able to do that soon enough, methinks. So Syrian Voidborn comes down for its full mana cost into a second copy of the same. Okay. You're juicing. You're juicing pretty hard over there. I like that. I like it. So let's Infernus. They have removal for this. I'm pretty sure. But if they use it on this, they won't have it for Overlord, right? So let's say go. Voidborn. That's interesting. What you doing with that? Oh, are you doing? Oh, you're doing the infinite combo. You're doing the infinite combo. Please don't have the other one. Please don't warp in the other one. I swear to God. I'll take this block. How exactly does this work? When it enters until end of turn, another creature can go blah 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 and return to the battle. And when it dies, return to the battlefield tapped on its owner's control. So we just take the 4. We just take the 4 here. So what they're going to do is try to get we draw another land. How in the world did we draw a land? That's crazy. But yeah, what they're going to try to do is get a second Peregrine Beckoner in play through Warp. You have to play them both in the same turn, don't you? The way this works is if you have a sack outlet, you can kind of just or if you warp both of them in on the same turn, then you can cycle the Peregrine Beckoners back and forth infinitely. basically. And that's gross. So we get an Obliterating Bolt. Just take out a Voidborn. And let's get in. Yeah. You gonna block? No, they got a 2. See, they have to have them both out. Overlord hits the table. Forget exactly how this works, but I'm pretty sure they have to have both the sack outlet and like 2 beckoners. Okay, so can you do this? They warp one in, they give it to this Peregrine beckoner, but they can't make this one die. This one will not die this turn. We might as well take this shot. And yeah. So that is how this deck is supposed to win, though, is 2 beckoners. Plus Voidborn and a sack outlet.